Tens of thousands of protesters joined a pro-Palestinian march through central London on Saturday, calling for an immediate ceasefire and an end to the war in Gaza. A dozen similar marches were held last year, all organised by the Palestine Solidarity Campaign.
We're giving a message to the people of Palestine that you do not stand alone, that there are people of good conscience across the world who see your suffering.
British-born Ben Jamal is director of the Solidarity Campaign, said to be the largest Palestinian rights group in Europe. A British Palestinian, Jamal's father was a Palestinian Christian vicar from West Jerusalem who married an English woman he met in Nazareth before moving to London. 7 years ago, Jamal quit his job as a social worker to help run the organisation.
I've always worked in a field which is in some way connected to issues of social justice. I used to work in the field of domestic violence, but this is the most fundamental cause that matters to me. It's the world's longest lasting, enduring injustice, so the opportunity to actually come and work for the organisation was one I wanted to take up.
As well as organising these marches, the Palestine Solidarity Campaign is also involved in organising boycotts of Israeli goods, especially those made in the occupied West Bank.
We campaign across a whole range of fronts. We lobby MPs, but we are a fundamental part of what we do is responding to the Palestinian call for boycott, divestment and sanctions.
Back in November, government ministers were calling this an anti-Semitic hate march. How do you respond to it?
Well, look, I think that those types of remarks are outrageous. They conflate the actions of Israel with all Jewish people.
There were a small number of police arrests, including for people carrying pro-Hamas signs. The placards and chants "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free" are also controversial. Historically, some in Israel see this chant as a call to wipe Israel off the map, something Jamal says is not the case.
The chant "From the river to the sea" is one that we chant proudly. It's simply a way of expressing the nature of the oppression that Palestinians suffer all across historic Palestine, whether they live as unequal citizens of the State of Israel or under military occupation.
This was the 7th National March for Palestine, and Jamal is clear it won't be the last as long as the war in Gaza continues.